What is the benefit of a multi-species forest?
The benefit of a multi-species forest is that you have variation, and they're a lot more sustainable, and they resist disease, destruction, and fire. Just any sort of kind of malfeasance that a forest can go through, they resist it much better than a monoculture.
What is a planned/managed forest?
Planned/managed forest is just a forest that has some sort of agenda on it. The agenda could be anything from recreation to timber management for commercial value to just enjoying the aesthetic appeal of that forest. So there's private landowners that might own maybe just a single acre of land, and they have it treed, and they decide that they want to turn it into their own little forest. Or there's people that have thousands of acres, or like the national forest system, which is millions of acres, and they set aside all that with a management objective for the public use.
What are western hemlocks good for?
Western hemlocks they're a strong and stiff wood, so they're used a lot of times with beams, plywood, laminated wood products, and other things. People use them often for furniture as well. It creates a beautiful finish. It also builds a beautiful landscape. If you're ever in like the Olympic National Forest, you can see a lot of western hemlock, and yeah, it's super good.
What do trees do for us?
Trees do a lot of things. They do they make oxygen for us through photosynthesis. They can sequester carbon, and that's pretty good for the environment, keeping like CO2 away. They can help on stream banks to help stabilize the soil so that the stream banks don't erode. They really do a lot of things. They can help with nutrient cycling.
How are trees a renewable source?
You can replant them and manage them, and they grow. I'm drawing a blank a little bit, but they're a renewable source. It's not like minerals where there's only so much of it in the soil, in the ground. Trees are something that we can take care of and set aside and plan for the future for people and keep growing them. Really, I guess that's.
So after I pick up my sapling, how do I take care of it?
So first thing you want to do is make sure that your root ball is still nice and damp. Like, you don't want to let it dry out. And then once your hole's dug, your spot's selected, you're going to plant the tree so that the root collar is just barely exposed. If you plant too deep, it limits gas exchange right around the root flare. It can cause the tree to die. So make sure you don't plant it too deep. With soil enrichment, I wouldn't do anything other than like just keeping up with watering and stuff. Sometimes fertilizer will burn the root hairs. And then with watering, like our normal standard recommendation on a new tree is like summertime, 5 to 10 gallons a week, deep soak. So like let a hose run for like 15-20 minutes on a slow trickle. And then just help that tree establish. Make sure you're not over or under watering. That's a big deal too.
In relation to other trees or buildings, where would be a good place to plant this sapling?
Great question. Western hemlocks are pretty big trees. I would be careful about planting it too closely to a building, a sidewalk, a street, under power lines. You're going to want a nice open space with plenty of room for the roots to grow and plenty of height for the canopy to grow.